Hi guys, this is Lucky with Lucky Sevens Tarot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is all zodiac signs. Oh, I did not mean to do that. This is all zodiac signs, how you'll know when you've met the one. Not the two, not the five, but the one. Right? I anticipate that this is going to be mostly for single zodiac signs. I will go through zodiac order from Aries through Pisces. Remember that not every message will resonate with you. This is timeless, so you're meant to see it when you see it. And again, if you're not open to love, then these wouldn't apply to you. You can't do everything to push away from it, consciously or subconsciously, and then expect these energies to play out. All right. And some of the messages can be reversed. Not every message is your message. Take only what resonates for you and your situation. If you want to know more, you can join us on Patreon. If you really want to take a deep dive into your love life, you can go look up the relationship cards using the Karma Card software on the website luckystarskarmacards.com, or you can get a personal reading, luckysevenstarot.com. Okay, so let's jump into it. While we are live, I will post on the banner down below the zodiac signs that I am currently on. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when I go live and when I post new videos. Please hit the like button. It is an energy exchange. That is the easiest way to support this channel. If you enjoy what I do here, I definitely appreciate it. All right, share this with your friends. Okay, guys, let's see what is going on. We're going to start off with Aries. Hi, Jen. How are you? All right. How will Aries know when they have met the one? How will Aries know when they have met the one? I do encourage you guys to watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign portion of the video. And if you know your natal chart, you know how those things may apply to you or how those messages may apply to you. All right. How will Aries know when they've met the one? Can you describe this person to me? They could be a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius in their chart. I do feel like I feel like they either have Sagittarius and Gemini. Okay. And those are opposite signs. So they have Sagittarius and Gemini in their chart is what I feel like. Aries subscribers. I think this is something that like starts off very slowly, or this is something that it's an equal give and take here. I think this is something that is healing. They may come to you into your life during a time when you are either in a healing phase or they present an opportunity for you to heal. I feel like this person is not above or like a leader. They may own their own company or like make their own money somehow. They seem to be ambitious. They may also have like more than one way of making money. Y'all got heavy Gemini and heavy Sagittarius energy so far when it comes to this person. They could be very spiritual. I feel like they utilize their resources really well, whoever this person is. They do, I think they have some swag about them. Um, they could have been a player in the past, or, just have like a lot of people maybe know them, or like they have some sort of popularity. They This does look like someone that like works really hard. They may have also been through like something within their career in the past where like maybe they were broke before and like they overcame, they lost it all and got it all back or something like that. Um, I think they're an introvert, or they have introvert type of ways about themselves. They may be, if it's not introversion, it's like this is someone that's like able to cut people off or like distance themselves from people. I do think that there's like a sadness within this person. I don't know if you know that or not, but I feel like that's one of the, things that you might end up seeing about them. Either sadness, or they have like a lot of regret over something. They could like to celebrate or like party, or I don't want to say party, but like um it's really giving introvert extrovert. This is someone, I think that may have like, I don't know, a lot of extended family or something. How will you meet this person? Some of you could meet this person through like travels, or as you've moved on from something else. When you seem to be more focused on yourself. Some of you also like, it could be when you give up on having like a committed relationship, um, something of that nature. When you like stop putting in effort into like having a relationship, Aries. Yeah, that's what it feels like when you like either going through some sort of breakup or separation, or you have given up on like trying to have or manifest a certain type of relationship. I feel like this person comes in. It may start off with like a lot of communication between you and them, text messages, phone calls, that kind of thing. I definitely feel like this is going to be something where you feel like they're a breath of fresh air. Um, and I think you're going to be very sexually attracted to this person. You may have some trust issues that need to be dealt with. There could even be maybe some drama that you're trying to avoid or whatever. Um, or you have drama in the beginning, maybe with an ex or something, or with because of an ex or something like that, or they do. What is going to be the biggest challenge when it comes to this relationship for Aries? Coming together, I think, is going to be the biggest challenge. Why? Because I don't feel like you're going to want love or like be open to it at that point. I think you're going to be very skeptical, Aries. There's like, it's giving skeptical energy. It's giving like some of you, it may be because there's something from the past that hurt you, made you sad, and it's like maybe still lingering in your energy, something you have to work on to let go of. Yeah, it's something, it feels like there's things that you have to release or let go of that's going to challenge this relationship, or hold not hold it off, but like you got to work through those things in order to like get into alignment when it comes to this person. Okay? Um what is this person's actions going to be towards Aries when they meet? I don't know, because they may not like pursue this at first because maybe they're going through like something as well. Are you meeting like another version of yourself? Because that's what it looks like. Like neither one of you are like open to a relationship. Hey, Killer Tomato. Neither one of you are, because it's like all this hurt from the past is what I see. I think they're gonna hold back, and they may not tell you that. I don't know. I feel like there's maybe some secretive energy. They just want to kind of like enjoy the moment, whatever. Um, and I feel like you guys kind of like fall into this, if that makes any sense. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate that, Crystal. But I like Aries, I like your person. I don't know. I like this, and let me tell you why I think I like this. I like it because most of the time when real love happens, it's because both people are not even looking for it. There's no expectation on the other person. You just end up, maybe hanging out, enjoying each other's time, and both of you don't really expect much. And then all of a sudden, something grows from that. Okay. So, um, Taurus. Thank you again, Crystal. I appreciate you, love. Taurus, sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Can you tell me how Taurus will know when they've met the one? How will Taurus know when they've met the one? Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button for me, for being here with me. I appreciate you. Oh, oh, oh. I hate when I drop cards. That means I have to like bend over. Ay, ay. Oh, okay. How will Taurus know when they've met the one? The person they are supposed to be with. Happy birthday to all my Tauruses, by the way. Hopefully you guys had like an awesome birthday. Tell me all about it in the comment section. Crystal said, I love your readings. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, love. All right, Taurus, let's see about your person. How will Taurus know when they've met the one? Tell me about this person. Who are they? They're decisive. They could have Libra in their chart. If not, they could work. I don't know if they work in like the justice or government, justice industry, government. They could just like things to be fair. I do feel like this is someone who has been extremely hurt in the past. They may have been in like a third party situation in the past. You may hear about that. I feel like this is someone who does get a lot of attention. They're not emotionally vulnerable. I don't think that this is like someone that is more focused on control. I think they have like control over their emotions. They're not giving to a lot of things. There's a certain mystery about themselves. I think they are moving on from something and they may be just like starting fresh. I think that this is somebody that was really in love with someone in the past. They thought that they had met their mate and that person betrayed them. Um, and they're just like getting over the anxiety or the feeling of being stuck. I think they're a communicator. Um, and they have moved on from the past. So they don't have any like love. I feel like how you'll know this person doesn't communicate, at least not in an emotional way or emotionally vulnerable way with the person from the past. They, even though that they thought that that was like their forever end all be all, they were may have been really in love with that individual. I think they have whatever happened, they were hurt so badly that they don't want to feel that way again. So like they've completely um they don't really like they're not vulnerable to their ex. Even if they have to communicate with them, I think they're over that person. Um, I think this is like this may be someone that is like your perfect partner. Some of you, they have Aries in their chart. Um, but I'm getting, and it's interesting. I got Aries and Libra, which are also opposite signs. And then at first with Aries, I had Sagittarius, Gemini, which were also opposite signs, which is an interesting, hopefully that's not like a theme. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I think this is someone where maybe at first you guys, I feel like you guys are very much alike in a lot of ways, even though you're different. Um, and maybe there's, I don't know, some kind of conflict with this person at first. Um, and if it's not with this person, maybe it could be just conflicting feelings. Let's see. Um, how will they meet? I feel like you're going to meet when you're ready to start something new. Like there's some new project or new goal in mind. Some of you, it's when you're like, you meet this person when you're ready for a new, like real relationship, commitment type of thing. Um, I feel like you guys are not going to I think you're gonna be very attracted to each other physically. I don't think you're gonna be, like, ready or think you're ready to, like, take on a full-on relationship, and both of you may be putting effort into other things, honestly, when you meet this person. You may not be open to, like, new love. I don't think they are either, and that again, with the theme, like, I think you just don't see them clearly at first, and they don't see you clearly at first. I don't think it's almost like something that comes in very unexpectedly with an unlikely person. What is going to be the biggest challenge here in this connection? Coming together after a period of being alone or getting over some kind of abandonment issues and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Because a lot of you may not be willing to let your guard down, you know? It's going to be difficult to get over maybe some betrayals from the past and start fresh, to start this relationship on a new, like, fresh slate and not take whatever happened to you before or whatever happened to them before into the relationship. What will be this person's actions towards Taurus? Look at this, Taurus. First of all, I really like this person. I do think that once you get over the initial whatever this is of like not wanting to be together, you know, not wanting a relationship, whatever, it does feel like you come together. This person is going to be very honest with you and communicate their feelings for you. I think they're going to be hesitant as well to do that though. Like it's going to start off like, oh, I don't want to have feelings for this person, you know? Um, but I think this person's going to be very decisive once they get past that initial space. I think they're going to be very decisive and they're going to slowly invest in a solid future. I think they're going to do that also being afraid that, you know, things could go bad or whatever. But I don't think they're going to be able to control their emotions. Like they're going to be weak for you, but they're also going to be very open and communicative. So I don't think you're going to have to like guess after a certain point when it comes to this person about like how they feel. Um, Outcome. I think this is going to be someone that puts in the effort, the time, the energy. I think this is someone that's worth it for you. You guys may end up traveling together or moving together. Um, I feel like this is somebody that King of Cups, Nine of Cups, like this is going to be like the person you in your head, like they check all, if not all the boxes. Like, you know how you ever been with somebody and like when you first met them, you were like, yeah, they're not my type. Maybe their teeth are crooked or there's something about them you don't find appealing. But the more time you spend with them and the more feelings you get, those things don't become as ugly or whatever as you once thought they were. Not saying that that's your person, but saying like, even in the beginning, if you're not open to like mutual exchange or whatever, if you're not open to involving yourself in like a real committed relationship on both sides, and then all of a sudden you start spending more time together and you start really getting to know each other, building some sort of bond with one another, it kind of grows into something. And I think the more honest and open and communicative this person is with you, I think the more vulnerable you become and the better they start to look to you, if that makes sense. Um, and then you start to realize like, wow, this is you know, that's him or that's her, you know. Um, and I think that this has a lot of potential, Ace of Pentacles, to be something with a solid foundation um, for you. So I like him or her. Let me know how that goes. Okay. When you guys meet this person. All right. I actually want to use a different deck for Gemini. And it's funny because this deck at the bottom card was the card for Gemini when I picked it up. So perfect. All right, Gemini, let's see. Show me the person that is the one for my Gemini subscribers. Gemini sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Thank you guys for being here. Please hit the like button for me. I appreciate it. Show me, how will Gemini know when they met the one, and who is this person? All right, who are they? Who is the one for Gemini? This is somebody that's sad over, I don't know, they're dealing with trying to get over something that ended in their life, like a relationship that ended. I think they had to give up on a relationship they didn't want to give up on, and this is somebody that is moving on. I feel like this is someone that's very attractive. Gemini, you guys might have history with this person. Yeah, this might be someone that you have some kind of history with, maybe on again, off again, or something like that. Somebody here walked away and now they want to like make things right. Even if you weren't with them before, I think you've known this person. Like this doesn't look, it's not giving me like a new energy. It's telling me like this is someone that maybe you've been distant from. Like it didn't work out before. Some of you, they could have Capricorn in their chart. I feel like it didn't work out before, but there was something that always, how you'll know who this is, like there was something that always kept you connected, or something that always kept them around or in your vicinity in some kind of way. Y'all are going to kill me for that. But I think that this has a possibility. This is somebody with new energy, stable energy that knows what they want. They let you in. They let you see them for who they really are. I feel like this is someone that has done a lot of work on themselves, maybe during a period when you were not communicating with one another. I think there's a lot of passion with this person. I feel like they have fire and earth in their chart. Like earth with fire or something. This is someone that's like dependable. They could have like their own business or just be like financially stable. I do think that there was a period when it comes to this person where you guys were not communicating. You went through a separation period. Again, that doesn't mean that this is like an ex. This could be someone that you were just friends with before, and maybe it never got off the ground or something like that. But for many of you, this will be somebody you already know, an ex of yours. Somebody you thought it was completely done with, like you'd never see them again, or like you'd never be together again. Maybe one or both of you had like emotionally shut off. How will Gemini know when they met this person? You will open up to this person. You will also feel very undecided about them. Like you, I feel like you'll know because you're not like looking for a long term committed relationship. And it ends up being long term. Like, look at this, 2 of Cups. Stop it. And the Hangman, you hold yourself back from this person out of fear of like being vulnerable. You may even have given up on love or given up because of your own betrayals or because of betrayal when it comes to this person. Like, you're not emotionally vulnerable with them. You have a wall up, or they are this way with you. I think when you meet this person, like you got other shit going on, Gemini. I'm not gonna lie. I think you got other options, you know, and it's like you're not really looking for a long-term situation. Um, and it ends up being something that you invest yourself back into in some kind of way. Um, I see you investing yourself into this situation. What is going to be the biggest challenge into this relationship? The past. Judgment is going to be your biggest challenge. Your biggest challenge when it comes to you getting like having a committed relationship with this person is getting over the past, maybe betrayals or the past trust issues, things that have happened before. And one of you or both of you is closed off because of that to investing in a real commitment with one another. And it may be difficult or a challenge in taking a risk on this. So that's going to be your biggest challenge is, can I trust them again? Are they even trustworthy? Now, if this wasn't an ex and this was like a friend and you guys kind of just separated, went your separate ways or something, and didn't really develop anything serious at that time, it may be that that they're like, their history, you know them in a way that you're not sure if that's something you even want to pursue, that type of thing. What is this person's future actions towards Gemini? I think they're going to be very fair with you, very honest with you. I don't think they're going to be waiting, holding back. Um, I do think that they're going to communicate with you about wanting to heal the connection and the things that have hurt them and the things that hurt you. I think that they are going to have a wall up, but they're going to want to let that wall down. Um, I really feel like this is someone that has some sort of ability, whether it's a psychic ability, whether it's like they have premonitions or they channel or they're very spiritual. Um, I think there's something about them that's going to remain some sort of mystery for you, but they're going to be maybe I think you might see it as some kind of mystery, but I think this person is going to be very honest with you. I feel like they want a family with you and they may move very slowly with you to try to heal um the connection. Tell me about the outcome. I feel like it might stand still if you guys uh, if you guys are if you try to control your emotional state. and not invest. I think there's going to be a lot of fear. Almost like what if I get what I want and then, I fall in love, whatever, and they end up leaving or they end up walking away. Um, I do think that there's some kind of distance here. It could be physical distance. It could be emotional distance. I don't know. But I think that there is some sort of distance between you and this person, but there is still love there. Six of Cups. I think there's a lot of reminiscing about the past. Working through past issues is possible with this connection, but I also think that there's a lot of fear associated with the past. There's a lot of thinking about the past, and that may be the thing that kind of has you up and down, in and out. Like, do I want to revisit this? Do I not? Is it going to be different this time? But I think if you take it slowly, which I feel like you are, with this King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, I think if you take it slowly, this has a lot of potential. Wow, I just want something said, pull one more. When I say this has a lot of potential, 10 of Pentacles and the Two of Swords in reverse. If you are able to be vulnerable with this person and they're equally able to match that vulnerability, and you guys are able to see one another for who you actually are with no like facade, with all the layers exposed, right? This is something that could actually go the distance, but I think there's some work that has to be had on both parties, and both parties need to put in the work if you want this to go the distance. And some of that work has to do with healing from the past issues or the things in the past, and maybe even how something ended or why something ended, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Monette said, I was on and off with a Cappy situation, and we just ran into one another and have been talking a tiny bit. Not sure about it though. It was on and off for about 7 years. Haven't spoken for about 5. Okay. I like it. I like it. Okay, Cancer. I'm going to rotate between these 3 decks, guys. So we're going to use a completely different deck. Hey, Jean, how are you? We missed you around here. Hi, Barbara. All right, Cancer. Show me the person that is the one for Cancer, and how will they know when they met this person? All right. Who is the one for my Cancer signs? Your first card out, Cancer, is the 2 of Cups. Damn. I feel like this is someone very honest with you. They're appreciative. They do have a wall up. They don't give up easily though, but they're very appreciative of the effort. You could travel with this person or make plans to travel. Maybe they travel a lot. I think this is someone very stable. I do feel like there's a part of them that doesn't, that holds back a little bit though. I 100% feel like this is a relationship person. They could also have Earth in their chart, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I think they know what they want, and they're a fair person. They're an honest, or being honest, at least with you. They don't give up easily. I will say that. This is not someone that's going to be like, anytime you do something that they don't agree with or whatever, like, oh, we're not together anymore. Whatever. Let's see. How will you know when you've met this person? Or how will you meet them is what I meant to say. But some of you, I think your money will get better. Your money, your resources, even if maybe you're not going to have to work as hard to gain finances, that sort of thing. I think you're going to be conflicted about whether or not this could grow or get into something. Some of you, this might be someone that's helpful in helping you to overcome financial difficulties. I do think that there's going to be major trust issues, at least in the beginning. And I feel like this is someone that has everything that you want in a person. And it's like the things, I think they are very healing to you. Some of you could also meet them as you move on. And this is very specific. Some of you could meet them. This is like, for some of you, maybe you meet them after an ending of a relationship, yours or theirs. And so that may be a reason for you having like a wall up or whatever. I definitely feel like this is somebody that, I don't know if they're at a distance or they travel or you do, but somebody here feels like there's some sort of travel or distance there. What is the biggest challenge when it comes to being with this person? Getting out of your own head about it, not being afraid of it, not being afraid of commitment, not being afraid of being, locked down with someone. Um, some of you kind of hold back from what I could see. Yeah, look at this. Your biggest challenge, the Hierophant. Um, it may be difficult to like get serious about this or whatever because of fears. It's like a need to get over some sort of fear of having a higher level commitment. Um, maybe some sort of commitment issues. What will this person do, or what are their future actions towards Cancer? The Knight of Wands in reverse. So they may not come towards you like in a sexual way. And they may not come towards you quickly. I feel like this is someone that is going, like, they're going to like you. I think they're going to know that they like you and want to have only you as their option, Cancer. This is someone with a lot of love to offer you. And maybe it's this, for some of you, this is a love that's like transformative, changing. Okay. Um, and I think this is somebody that has also gone through an ending of their own that has caused them to like maybe be more introverted, or they're getting over something that ended or changed in their life significantly. And I think they're able to, like, you're part of their manifestation. And I don't think it's sexually related. I think it's deeper than that. I do. I don't think this person even wants something more based on sex or whatever. I think they want something a lot deeper than that. So they are giving more than what maybe you initially thought they would, um, or than you expected. What is the outcome? I think you guys are mutually going to connect with one another, come together. All these spam calls is ridiculous. I think you guys are mutually going to come together, but I feel like it happens after something ends, like somebody lets go of something, has had their fill of it. This is going to be a relationship where drama is avoided at all costs, is what it looks like. Like somebody doesn't want things to happen quickly, that sort of thing. You know what I think this is? One of you keeps going back to an ex, and like you have to end that cycle of like repeating old shit. And when that happens, it's highly possible for this to come in and really develop something. And if it's not, one person keeps going back to an ex, they keep finding the same type of person. So there may be things that are different between you, or like this is not your usual type, that kind of thing. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Let's see about my Leo subscribers. Leo. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. How will Leo know when they've met the one? How will Leo know when they've met the one? How will Leo know when they met the one? Who is this person? I think this is a player. Not gonna lie. I think this is a player. I think they got a lot of secrets. Like past secrets. I think this is also someone that is trying to rebuild their life, take responsibility for their past actions. I do think that this may start off as like a sexual, like this is somebody that kind of like interested in you in a sexual way, or believes this is only going to be like a sexual thing. Um, they may even have like a viewpoint of you that like this is toxic in some way. But the interesting thing is that this is somebody I think that tries to ignore the fact that they want to be in a committed relationship. And if you like, this is someone that is like torn between wanting things to go slow and like really develop a committed relationship, and then being like, this is just a sexual thing. Let me just play the field. So you're dealing with somebody that's like, they don't know what they want to do in the scenario. And I think that they're going through a very big change, or have gone through a really big change that is scary for them. But I feel like the more they communicate or talk about their feelings, the more things within them also change. Um, how will Leo meet this person? I think you're gonna meet this person after dealing with yourself with some kind of betrayal or the fact that they've gone through this as well. And it's gonna make you like uneasy or not open to relationships, maybe even fearful of them. But I think when you start to heal from that, or they start to heal from that, whoever is this person that's experiencing this, maybe it's both of you. I feel like you take your power back, and it allows you to be emotionally vulnerable. I also feel like this is someone, some of you may have distanced yourself in some kind of way from like family or friends, or this person has, and you're like able to create your own family and friendships through this relationship. You know, there's a lot of moving on from the past and actively putting forth the work and the effort to do that, to let go of something. And I feel like this person is going to fill you with like a lot of love. But you have to be open to letting your guard down. What is the biggest challenge when it comes to this? Three of Swords, deciding if you want to be a part of this relationship because of fear. I think there's fear of being hurt. And I think this is going to make you undecided as to whether or not you want to be a part of this, or make this person undecided because of their own past hurts. Someone could also be letting go of like baggage, still in the process um, of letting go of baggage. There does seem to be a lot of fear of a committed relationship. What is this person's future actions towards Leo? I think this is somebody that's going to want to heal things, the Fool and the Star. Like they're going to want to, I think they're going to be very open with you, honest with you. I think they're going to want to heal things. Um, this person may actually like restore your faith. They're going to be very fair with you. Some of you, I think they're going to be very like open to investing in this relationship, having a lot of love, showing you a lot of love. You may even try to sabotage this, Leo, or accidentally sabotage this. I do think this person comes with some baggage prior to you. I think you come with baggage, and that baggage, you can either choose to let it block the way of this relationship, or you can choose to invest in it, which I think you will eventually invest. Um, what is the outcome? I think you're going to invest. Look at the card though. Why is it a card of investing? Literal, like they're investing. And the Wheel of Fortune. I think you're going to invest in this relationship. You're going to end up being emotionally vulnerable to one another and take a risk together. Um, yeah, I think um, you're going to begin a journey together that has like a solid foundation, you know? Um, it's not something I think you're going to let pass you by, or they're not going to let this pass them by. And I feel like that's um, ultimately what you need. Because if you have abandonment issues of any kind, you need someone that's consistent and going to show up. So I like that for you, Leo. Let's get into Virgo now. Mel G says, Scorpio is pissed off at me because I pulled away from my sanity. That's crazy. And to him, that means I'm not in it for the long haul, which is weird as fuck. But he antagonized me to the fullest. Okay, I know this is gonna sound crazy, right? But that's something I feel like a lot of Scorpios do, especially Scorpio male energy. And depending on what way you look at it, it can be used as manipulation. And the other way that it could be used is, when you have someone that has been through a lot, and normally, Scorpios go through a lot of different things, and it takes a long time for them to usually commit in relationships. When they fall in love type of thing, they'll test you. And again, it depends on what your view of that is. But there can be like tests of whether or not, because they don't want to just get married to keep getting divorced or whatever. And if they feel like you're unreliable, or you're going to change your mind because something didn't go your way, like Virgos are the kinds of people that are forged through fire, right? So if they feel like when things are going bad, you're not there for me, then why would I marry you and lock this down? And you can't. It's kind of very similar to women saying, well, if you can't accept me at my worst and you don't deserve me at my best, that I feel like a Scorpio woman said that. So and again, that could be looked at as manipulation. So it just depends on what side of that you are on. Are you supposed to be a prisoner to your own loyalty while going through hell in a relationship just to prove yourself to someone? Is that really what's meant for you? Like in hopes that things get better? Or are you supposed to do what feels right for you and move on to, like you said, protect yourself? Sometimes you have to love people at a distance, and that comes with having to let go even when you love them, in order to protect yourself, because sometimes they are the unfortunate enemy to your happiness and your sanity. So don't let any cards or whatever dictate whether you feel like a person is the one. I will say that. Like, you always have options. You always have choice in the matter. Okay. And don't deal with disrespect or whatever going through hell because somebody on the internet told you, sounded like that was your person, that type of thing. Because that can be your person, but the thing is that, sometimes some people have a lot of soulmates in this lifetime, and soulmates don't necessarily just mean lovers. They can mean friends or family members or whatever, but you need to decide what is healthy for you and what kind of relationship you want to have and you want to participate in. All right, Virgo, let's get into it. Virgo, sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Show me the person that is the one for Virgo, and how will they know when they met this person? I feel like this person comes in not necessarily, I think they like you. I just don't think that they're necessarily thinking that it's ever going to turn, or that it's going to turn into something. They maybe have just moved on from something else or given up on something else. But I think they have a lot of love to give, but they're very selective in who is receiving that love. I do feel like this is someone, they have a lot of power, and they try to be fair with they want I do think they want like an equal partnership, but they may not be really willing to put in a lot of work in regards to committed relationships, because they were stabbed in the back before. Not in a literal sense, I hope, but so this could be someone that they like you, but there's a lot of hesitancy. They're not looking for nothing serious. They're still moving on from the past. What else should Virgo know about this person? I think they're protective of their energy. They think about the consequences of their choices. I do feel like they communicate, and they're a communicator, but it looks like they talk about things that would give them insight as to whether or not this could be something stable for them or not. How will you know when you met this person? They have trust issues over a betrayal that they went through in the past. You'll know because they will talk about recently walking away from a relationship. Um, they have fear of a relationship. I feel like there's something about them that also feels very lonely a little bit. Some of you, they experience some sort of financial difficulty because of ending a relationship in the past that has added to their fear and not allowing them to be completely vulnerable. But I think that somehow they're able to like work on themselves and work on the connection and build something solid. I think this has a lot of potential, even though this person seems to be, I don't want to say bitter, but maybe still working through some bitterness of the past, still trying to heal from that. What's the biggest challenge? Six of Wands is the biggest challenge. Moving on and healing is the biggest challenge to your relationship. Moving on in a healed way. Maybe it's happening very slowly. Um, I do think it may be difficult, I feel like, or challenging to get the stability that you want from this person, or get them to like offer you the stability that you want. But I'm also getting like, if you give them the time and the space, that they're going to come to it on their own. Like there's no pressure needed. What what is this person's future actions towards Virgo? They're gonna come in like quickly towards you, but seem emotionally invulnerable. Tay said, Lucky, oh my God, I'm an Aries and he's a Sag, Sun, Gemini moon, and he's been messing with my mind for over a year. Damn it. You're too good. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry you're going through that, but thank you for the confirmation. I do feel like this is someone that's gonna be a little weird. Like it's almost like they come in quickly and then they like pull away. Um, because they're undecided. I think this feels too much like magnets being pulled towards one another. And I feel like they're gonna hide this level of indecision from you a little bit. But I do think that they're leaning on the side of permanency. They just have to be willing to make sacrifices, get over and let go of some of the things that prevent them and keep them held back, that keep them like in a bitter space or whatever from the past. So I think it's just going to be determined like, how much do you like this person and how much are you willing to wait for them to get together, that sort of thing. The outcome to this, I do feel like you guys are going to be together in some kind of significant way, but you're going to have to let your guard down to be emotionally vulnerable with one another. Um, and I think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be sacrifices made between the two of you that allows this. Um, and I feel like you guys are going to take on building with one another. 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, King of Cups. Like, I think this has a lot of potential. The 10 of Wands talks about responsibility, right? And relationships are responsibilities. You take on a certain title, that title comes with certain expectations. So the chosen one said, LOL, a Sag Sun, Gemini moon here to say, I don't condone any mind games. Oh my goodness. Not you, a Gemini moon and a Sagittarius sun, talking about not condoning mind games. He said, I don't know his rising sign, but we do get bored easily. That's an understatement. Oh my goodness. The understatement of the year, okay? Sagittarius with a Gemini moon, getting bored easily. A lot of times y'all just start shit just because you're bored. Like, oh, today we need to spice it up. Maybe that's not how it comes across, but for sure, I've seen it. All right, Libra. My Libra subscribers, how are y'all? Oh, okay. Libra, sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. Show me the person Libra is that's their one and how they will know when they met them. Who is this person for Libra? Who is this person for my Libra subscribers? Somebody going through some sort of depression or like sadness that they have yet to heal from. They may not talk about it. They haven't fully healed from it, at least not right now. I do think there's communication between you and this person, but it's like, it feels like it's like generic. Like, oh, how was the weather? Yeah, my work day was cool. Like that's the energy that it's giving because you're dealing with somebody that still feels stuck in some way. Some of you are dealing with a Capricorn, potentially a Capricorn Aquarius cusp. Not saying you're currently dealing with this person, but that may be a significant sign of this individual. I'm definitely getting like you're dealing with somebody that holds back. I think they talk to you about certain changes that they're making in their life. But there's a part of them that kind of protects themselves. They have trust issues is what it is. And so maybe they're not willing, at least initially, to invest in something. Oh, Rosa, thank you. That was so sweet. I put it on the screen. Um, yeah, I honestly don't think that you're dealing, I think you're dealing with a runner is what I think. I think you're dealing with somebody that originally like they're not investing in a relationship, they're not investing in something solid. I think they're running. I think they want something long term, but they've run away from it. But I don't know if you're wearing them down or something, because that's what it kind of looks like. Like eventually, there's some sort of consistency that you seem to show this person Libra that wears them down. I think they're very attracted to that as well. You know what? If you guys are like very family oriented Libra, or you have like a lot of friends, I think you're dealing with somebody that doesn't, that's like an introvert or has introverted themselves. And I feel like you wear this person down and like open them up to like your life. The more you share your friend group or your family with them, the more you open up to them, the more this person sort of opens up like a flower or you know what I mean? Like that's what it reminds me of. Like, okay, how will they meet this person? Or how will you know when you met this person? Some of y'all will know that you met this person because you may be like really attracted to them from the jump, or like there's something out the gate, maybe sooner than anyone else, that like says like, damn, you're my person. Like I'm gonna be with you. But it does feel like there's some sort of disappointment that keeps you from either disappointment or like, I don't know, something that keeps you from like pursuing it. I feel like you maintain a level of communication with this person, but it feels like there's continuous effort being put into this, guys. Continuous effort. And for some of you, it's because you know that either this person has been hurt a lot, maybe betrayed a lot in the past, but you may like inherently just feel emotionally drawn to them. Like this is your partner, this is your person. They're supposed to be in your life in some way. And so you're literally like you're like manifesting this. But I think that there are trust issues. either on your part or theirs. So I don't know. Hi, Anata. What is the biggest challenge in this relationship? Not holding back. For some of you, it could also be having to give up a Leo. Building a relationship with this person may be difficult. Because I think that it's hard because there's some form of mystery about this individual or within this relationship. For some of y'all go, if you already know this person, you kind of go through periods where like you don't talk for certain periods of time, but you're consistent. You come back around or they come back around. Like you maintain, some of you already know this person, whoever this is. And that's what it is. It's like, I don't know. There's inconsistency, but it's consistent at the same time, if that makes any sense to you. This person, I think it's just hard because you guys hold back from one another, even though I feel like the universe somehow brings you back into each other's orbit. What is this person's future actions towards Libra? I feel like they push you away only to bring you back in. Is what it looks like. This is somebody that's gonna make a choice to invest in this though. I think you're wearing them down in some kind of way. Ow, shit. Ooh, that hurts. Um, I think you're wearing them down in some kind of way, Libra. I don't know. That's what it feels like. Like whatever you're doing, if you want this person, keep doing it. Like I do see where there's potential conflict here, but look at this, man. 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. This is somebody that's gonna be like, you know what? Okay, let's do it. Let's really invest and have, you know, the house, the cars, the white picket fence, sitting on the front porch drinking fucking lemonade or something, watching the kids play in the yard. That type of thing. I mean, not to say that everybody wants that, but you get what I mean. What is the outcome? I think the outcome is going to be choosing, communicating your feelings to one another, and being that person, right? Like being the person that lives up to their potential, having something solid. Outcome, 10 of Cups. Listen, once you and this person like get over this back and forth, whatever this is, I think this actually has meat and potatoes. Okay. That's all I got for y'all now. But I like your reading. You may not like it because you may not like the fact that this person is, you know, being weird, but all right. Scorpio. Chosen One set is really hitting, but I'm not a Libra. Wow. Do you know what your chart is? And if you have Libra in your chart heavily, maybe you have a Libra stellium or something. You have a Scorpio Venus. I feel like Scorpio Venus is too intense for his Taurus Venus. Ooh, you're dealing with a Taurus Venus? For some reason, that's all I attract. I attract Taurus Venuses like moths to a flame, okay? Oh, Libra is in your 12th house. Whew. Okay. Okay. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can you show me the one for Scorpio and how they will meet, or how Scorpio will know that that's the person? Who is the one for Scorpio? For some of you, they have Cancer in their chart. They're getting over some sort of fear that was holding them back. I feel like this is someone that was internally conflicted before. Some of you have history with this person. I feel like this is someone that may like decide that they want to be in this relationship like long term. I feel like they're very attracted to you, but they're afraid of like a lack of commitment, possibly on your part, or afraid that like I feel like this is somebody with abandonment issues. How will you know when you met them? This is somebody who's been hurt a lot, but they're very attractive. I think you'll know when you met this person because they give up. Like, I don't know, this could happen when one of you gives up trying or trying to invest in a relationship, possibly due to past hurts. I think there's a lot of communication between you and this person. It may even start off as like, just talking about regular things. And not being like emotionally vulnerable or whatever with one another because of past hurts. I don't think it's a sex thing. But I think it turns into that, like, because there is a strong attraction. Somehow I feel like you and this person, you help each other move on from something. What is the biggest challenge when it comes to this relationship? Being committed is the biggest challenge. Being committed. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, November. That was so sweet. She said, my cardology and personal reading has been such a great guide for this year's forecast. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I appreciate you. That is such a blessing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your appreciation of what I do. That's an awesome thing. And I'm glad that you found your cardology and your personal readings valuable. That's awesome. Okay, so I really think that what holds this relationship back is like this idea that whatever happened in the past, whether it was with somebody from the past or whatever, that has kind of like scolded someone here, like kept them from fully commit or keeps them from like fully investing and committing to the connection because healing has to happen first. So I think it's not going to be an easy relationship or connection to invest in something to have like a solid foundational investment. But I do think that, if you can work through it, if you're patient enough, it could happen. What is this person's future actions towards Scorpio? Listen, they are going to want a commitment from you. They're going to want it, but they're going to want it slowly. They're going to want it slowly as they heal. It's going to have to also be an equal investment, one cup pouring into the other. So it's not something that can that's going to be like, oh yeah, let's get married tomorrow. I think they're going to have to go through something that leaves them feeling vulnerable. And they're going to have to give up certain things that have happened to them in the past, make sacrifices to let go of past issues so that you can have a future together, so that an investment can be made. Chosen one said, ew, I see I can't with the Taurus pace. All right, what is the most likely outcome for Scorpios and this person? I think there's going to be a lot of thinking about the relationship and what to do before actually taking action towards it. I think there's potentially going to be some kind of conflict, like internal conflict about the relationship. I think you guys are going to have to be fair to one another and honest with each other. But I also think that you guys are going to eventually be able to get what you want from the relationship, but that comes through equal participation, equally working on things, equally investing, and not one person doing more or contributing more than the other. So they're going to have to match your energy and you're going to have to match theirs if you want the connection to grow and work. All right. Sagittarius, hopefully that resonated with you, Scorpio, and you guys appreciated that. Thank you again, November Aries, for the $49.99 super chat. I appreciate you, love. That really does mean so much to me, even just knowing that your readings are resonating with you throughout the year. So beautiful energy. Sagittarius, let's see. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. How will Sagittarius know when they met the one and describe this person? Who is the one for Sagittarius subscribers? They could have air in their chart, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. I don't think they move quickly. They may be right now like enjoying multiple situations. Some of you, this is somebody trying to get over someone by getting under somebody else. How else will Sagittarius know who this person is? They don't have any regrets about something, about letting go of something from their past. They're not regretful. They're moving on or have moved on from that. I don't think they're fully open to new love yet. Oh gosh. I think they know they don't want to be stuck and they don't want to be in a toxic or codependent connection. This is someone that seems to be very stable. Some of you, this is somebody that you have a past with in some kind of way. I think there's, they have trust issues, but I also feel like you will feel drawn to them if you don't already know this person, like emotionally drawn to them. I feel like you guys are able to manifest a new beginning. This is a past person. For a lot of y'all, this is somebody you got history with that you're able to like get over whatever happened before and manifest some kind of new beginning with one another. Some of you, it doesn't even have to be a like romantic relationship from the past. Maybe you guys knew each other before, nothing happened, and you have the ability to like make something happen now. But let's see, how will you know when you met this person? Some of you have met this person like during a time when you weren't ready to walk away from something else. So maybe you stopped talking to them or they did this with you. I feel like you guys have like you meet and then like back up from each other. Like it doesn't come together. I definitely don't feel like there's any like sexual connection. I think there's an attraction, but I don't think you guys are like friends with benefits first. I think you end up coming back around to this situation and like getting put back into each other's paths in some kind of way. And I think this person is very a big part of your healing. And I feel like you're not going to be afraid to like fix this when it comes, you know, when the opportunity presents itself to come back around. The biggest challenge in this I knew it fell. Ay, ay, ay. The biggest challenge in your relationship is committing, being honest with one another about maybe why there was no commitment before. I feel like not putting in the effort may also be an issue. Because I think some of you, the problem is that you have to let go of something in the past, whether this is your past or their past. Somebody has to let go of something in the past for this relationship to like, for you guys to align on the same page for this connection. What is this person's future actions towards Sagittarius? Okay. Listen, Linda, their future actions is the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. They're going to want to give this a chance and build, like really put forth effort. I think this person is going to apply a little pressure. They're going to make a choice when it comes to you. I think they're going to let their guard down. For some of you, they are afraid, though, of letting this guard down. But I think they're going to choose you. The problem is I don't know if you're going to be interested when they are. So I don't know. But I think that there's potential here. And some of you, there's distance between you and this person, but I think that you do ultimately like come together on the same page. What's the outcome? The outcome does seem to be someone making the choice, possibly to give this a second chance out of nowhere, unexpectedly, to like let go of whatever it was that was holding them back and deal with that. And to like stop trying to fight it and open up to the situation. So I like that for y'all. I hope that ends up working out exactly as I said. Let me know. All right. Chosen One said, definitely no sexual energy or nothing like that going on yet. Take it slow. Take it slow. Hi, Stacy. Hey, Enigmatic. All right. Show me Capricorn. Who is the one for Capricorn, and how will Capricorn know when they've met this person? Who is the one for Capricorn, and how will Capricorn know when they've met this person? Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button and sharing this time with me. I appreciate you. Who is the one for Capricorn? Show me who this person is. They've either been manipulative or they're the manipulator. Okay, I think this person has trust issues, maybe because they've been the manipulator. I think there's a lot of fear with like moving forward. It's almost like this person doesn't accept change well as well. They could be going through their own endings. Some of you, this is heavy Scorpio energy, so they could have Scorpio in their chart. I'm seeing Scorpio and Gemini so far, but an Aries. They may be ending something serious or have ended something very serious that was very difficult or is very difficult for them to let go of. And this is somebody that is going through like, I don't know, they could be like going through some sort of depression or spiritual change within themselves over this situation. And they've got a lot of fear and maybe even trust issues when it comes to relationships. But I think they're in the process of like moving on. They don't want anything toxic. I feel like this person does feel a very strong connection to you, and I think it's a mutual one that you feel with them as well when you meet them. How will you know when you met them? You may be conflicted by this person. Maybe you feel like you can't get on the same page with them. Some of you, you meet this person when you are giving up. There could be, I don't feel like there's any real like investment because of like things going slow. Like I feel like when you meet this person, you're not on the same page. Some of you, like one or both of you is not fully healed. Um, Somebody could even be in like another relationship, like a bad relationship or a relationship that they feel stuck in, like it's not working, and making a decision to like cut that out. But they could be like also worried about their finances, or you are somebody here who's leaving a connection or relationship. There could be hesitancy over financial losses. That may be why something doesn't get off the ground automatically, or you guys don't come together, because there could be like another relationship in play. Um, but I feel like I'm seeing like somebody pack their shit, pack their boxes. There's a very strong attraction between the two of you. I don't think you guys do hold back though. I feel like this has potential for investment. Hi, Mari. Long time no see. This has potential for growth if you guys don't hold back from one another. Let me see what the biggest challenge is. Giving to the connection, emotionally investing in the connection is the biggest challenge. Yeah, letting go of the things that need to be let go of to be able to open up emotionally. Some of you, there's all bitterness, all of that needs to be released and let go of. I feel like there's needs to be some kind of honesty. It may also be difficult to be clear in the connection. I think it's hard to take a risk on this for whatever reason. For one, okay. For one or both of you, what is this person's future actions towards Capricorn? I think they're coming towards you like they like you. Um, but they're still dealing with something not working, something that didn't work out. I think that also makes them appreciate you a little differently. I think they're very attracted to you, and they're getting over some kind of fear uh, of being honest and vulnerable in this connection. And I think they're ready to move on, but they may not be like coming towards you with like a ring. You know, they may just be in a place where it's like, hey, I just want to enjoy your company. I really like getting to know you, you know, whatever. But there's a strong attraction here. I can see that. But there's also fear. What is the outcome to this? King of Pentacles. I like that because this does tell me that this person, this connection is one that is reliable. It has a lot of potential, especially for healing. I think there's not going to be any regrets if you do pursue this relationship. Like this will not be something that you regret. Somebody could even give up like their player ways. I think that's definitely a thought. I think there's a lot of love here, a lot of emotion connected to this. And I don't feel like this is a bum. I think this is an entrepreneur or somebody that has some business about themselves. So that's another way that you will know this is someone. For some of you, they could have Aries. What did I say? Aries, Gemini, or Scorpio in their chart. But I don't think they're a bum. I think they either do good business or make good money, or they're higher up within their company or in their industry or field. All right. Um, Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Who is the one for Aquarius, and how will Aquarius know when they met this person? Who is the one for Aquarius, and how will Aquarius know when they've met this person? Chosen One said, no bums, hunty. I know that's right. All right. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aquarius signs. What can you tell Aquarius about the one? Describe this person. They may currently be going through some kind of betrayal, for sure, that they feel stuck in. They're not looking, at least not right in this energy that I'm reading. They're not looking for emotional vulnerability. Oh my goodness. This is not someone, they could have Scorpio in their chart for some of you. I feel like they're not a bum. They make good money. They may even be like a good parent. But they're like going through a depressive state. They're lonely. They're having to give up certain things in their life that some of you, this is somebody that has like a legal matter, a legal issue going on in their life. They could also just have like, be like a Virgo Libra cusp for some, or have Virgo and Libra heavily in their chart. And Scorpio, yikes. I definitely feel like they're in conflict internally about themselves over something ending or changing in their life. What is how will Aquarius know when they met them? You could meet them and they're either at a distance, far away, or you travel with this person. Um, I feel like they also let their guard down for you, but slowly. You may realize like this person's trying to rebuild their life. I think they're extremely attractive to you and you're equally attractive to them. But there may be something that like brings this, like there's a hurdle or something that feels like you can't get over it, or you're not able to like overcome it in some kind of way. But you always seem to, I don't know, somehow you seem to come back to one another. Tell me what this big challenge is. Someone not investing fully in a stable foundation of a relationship. So this may be somebody you have to like put boundaries on, like expectations. Um, because I feel like they're not someone, because they have their own major trust issues. This doesn't seem to be somebody that's like quick to react, quick to make choices, you know. And maybe you're not that way either. I think there's a wall up between the two of you, and that's the biggest challenge and what keeps um, potentially from a lack of commitment. So, what is this person's future actions towards Aquarius? They're going to come back. They're coming back around. For some of you, you haven't experienced any of this yet. For some of you, this is somebody you already know. So, but I'm seeing them come back around. I feel like they know what they want now and they know what they don't want. They're releasing like toxic behaviors and things that were keeping them stuck in the past. They may, they're moving on, it feels like, from being emotionally invulnerable. I think they're going to be more reliable this time. When they come towards you, they're going to want to like make things right. Okay. What is the most likely outcome? See. The most likely outcome is exactly what I just freaking said. Y'all don't start anything solid. You don't get into like, it's like, no, we're not jumping into a new relationship together because there's no foundation or solid foundation built. And then something happens and it brings it back around. And it's like, okay, we're going to do it different this time. We're going to do it different this time. I'm going to be like, there's somebody making a choice to step up and be better. But I feel like you got to give this person time because whatever they're going through is crazy. Whatever they're going through is like betrayal, is like, is depressing, is very lonely for them. So it's they may need some kind of time to recover, to heal. Yeah. Again, I want you to remember that you have choice in everything. So you can choose to walk away and not deal with this and, be with somebody else, whatever the case may be. That is your choice. We all have free will. So don't just think like, oh, well, Luckii said this was my person, so I have to wait on them to get out of jail or whatever. I never said that. I didn't say none of that. All right. I'm telling you, you have a choice as to whether or not you want something to work out this time around or not. But it always takes two people. Relationships cannot work when only one person is doing the investing, when only one person is doing the work. You cannot carry a relate. I don't care how strong you are. I don't. Okay. You cannot carry a relationship on your back by yourself. It does not work that way when one person is not willing to invest equally in the connection. Maybe, in marriages and things like that, no marriage is 50-50. One person does, pick up some slack and then the other person picks up some slack. But you see how that works? One person picks up some slack and then maybe when the shit gets too heavy for them, the other person steps in and picks up the slack. So it might not be 50-50 throughout the connection, but guess what? It balances out because someone is always ready and has the endurance to carry whatever load needs to be carried to make that relationship successful. So if you are with someone that's like feet in the sand, I'm not going to participate. You can't force it. You can't make it happen, even if you yourself know that that's your person, right? So Sometimes you just have to accept what is, you know, where that person is in their life and move accordingly. Okay. All right. Pisces. Listen, let me explain something to all my Pisces out there. I want you to know this. Okay. In the last reading, I had so many of you like, oh my God, Pisces is last and it's always short and da 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 da. Listen, I was not trying to slight y'all. I really did give you guys the same amount of cards. That's how I determine. I don't look at like the time because I'm not focused on the clock, right? I look at the amount of cards that I pull. Do I pull the same amount of cards for every single person? Yes. Every single zodiac sign, I pull the exact same amount of cards for when I do an all signs reading. So sometimes it might seem like yours is shorter and you guys also have to wait the longest. So maybe there is a couple more cards that I should pull for y'all in addition because you're the last sign or whatever, just to like make it fair for those of you who do come in and you watch from the very beginning, waiting for your sign to come in during the lives or something like that. Like, I don't want nobody to ever feel slighted on my channel. I love all of y'all equally. And I recognize the exchange of energy. And I recognize how we are all interconnected and all affect one another. So please understand that I did not do that intentionally to make y'all feel some type of way, or I'm not like trying to intentionally slight Pisces. I love y'all. We talked about many of my family members and close friends or whatever being Pisces. So no, it's not intentional. I'm not like, oh my God, Pisces, never. Okay. In fact, I was on the phone like 10 minutes before I started this read with one of my closest, longest friend, Pisces friends, who happened to call me earlier. So, but let's get into your read. I hope this will make up for before. Okay. Hi, Miss Nini. Hi, Mountaintop. Jamie Lou, how are y'all? Welcome in. Mountaintop said not everyone will be happy. Thanks so much for doing the reading for us for free. You're welcome. Mountaintop said Luckii has always made me feel special for being a Pisces because she talks about how we're so great and she loves us. I do. I genuinely love Pisces people. I mean, I love every sign. I will say that I do have favorites. And then, but I'm also like, I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, I don't have favorite signs. Like, no, I have favorites. But I don't dislike any sign because I realize how we are all connected. And even with my own signs, I still like try to be very like, I'm not gonna pull more cards for someone because they're a certain zodiac sign. Like everybody's just gonna get the same amount. Unless I'm being nosy. Now, if I'm doing like a nosy reading, which you guys know sometimes I have a tendency to do, and those readings are like 4 hours long. That's when I'm spending 30 minutes of reading, 20, 30 minutes on trying to find out and be nosy about what's going on in y'all business. And sometimes things work out and I'm able to do that, and sometimes I'm not. So as far as timing is concerned. So, but let's get into it. I do have another reading coming up, and that will be specifically for Patreon. So for those of you who are interested in extra readings for individual signs and stuff, please join me on Patreon. All right. Pisces. Let's see. Who is your person? Describe the one for Pisces and how they will meet that person. This is not somebody that's holding back. I also feel like for whatever reason, this is somebody, they could have like bipolar disorder or like move very quickly. I think they know what they want though. I think this person may be someone that's healed from past trauma. They do seem to be more emotional, act out of emotions. They're not quick. I think they're now trying to like figure out how to move on or move forward with something. I don't think that this person wants to rush into sex or anything like that. They may be just recently or going through some sort of ending of a connection, and they're releasing themselves from that and having like mixed emotions about that. But they're decisive about it. Like they know that they need to cut that out of their life, but they're not ready to like fully jump into something else, is what it looks like. But I don't think they're holding themselves back either. So let's see what that's about. Yeah, I don't think they fully healed, but they're not trying to like have a bunch of options or be like some big ass player or anything. They're just kind of like dealing with things. How will you know when you met this person? I really did have a really nice Mother's Day. My son bought me some beautiful flowers, a balloon, and he wrote me the nicest card. It was so sweet. How will you know when you met this person? Pisces. I feel like you're not going to have any regrets about something from the past not working out or coming together. You may also meet them while you're moving, or some of you during a fight, like maybe you're having financial difficulty, or maybe they are. I feel like you meet this person and you're like moving on from something, or you're actually moving, and you may be conflicted over some kind of uh relationship. Like some of y'all are you meet this person like in the process of moving on from a connection that didn't work, even though you tried everything to make it work. I think you meet this person when you have major trust issues, and you might like them, but nothing comes of it. At least not during this time frame. Well, what is the biggest challenge to the relationship for Pisces and this person? A block in communication, possibly also some sort of bitterness here, not being able to walk away from something or let go of something. Is like a challenge to this relationship. Can you tell me what this person's future actions are going to be towards Pisces? I think this is going to be someone that is almost like helpful for your own healing, for your healing, Pisces. Like, I think this is somebody that appreciates you. They're not like forceful in bringing something together. This may be someone that's like helping you to deal with a lost connection, or to get over something that didn't go the distance or didn't work out. And somebody that shows you like consistency. They could have earth in their chart for some of you. Um, what is the outcome to this? I feel like your outcome in this situation, it does look like you're going to be able to let go of something in the past, or they are, um, and you're going to be able to like move on from something that I think you couldn't, that was like roller coaster, like you couldn't give up. And I do see you guys putting forth energy and effort into letting your guard down in this connection with this person and not being distant from them. And I feel like there's potential for stability when it comes to this individual. There's strong potential here. I like it. Yeah, this is something I think that's valuable, Pisces. There's value in it. All right. All right, guys, that is what I have for y'all. I hope this was helpful for you. Please make sure you guys hit the like button for me and all of the things. And I will see you guys next time. All right. Thank you so much. And have a good rest of your day. Thank you to my moderators and my super chatters and those of you that sent super stickers. November for the big super chat. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.